Hello, and welcome to my Rocky 4 review. This is actually the second time that I've had to record this because I had recorded after I watched it early January and I had uploaded it, but then on the 2nd of February, as you know, the actor who played Apollo Creed sadly passed away. So I wanted to download the video from YouTube and edit in like a little rest in peace, which you probably would have seen at the beginning of this video. But I deleted it before I could re-download it. So my enthusiasm isn't going to match my original recording because, as I said back then, I'd only just finished watching it. But my opinions are still the same, and that is this is my second favorite Rocky film out of the four that I have watched. So, in case you're new here, last year I delved into the Rocky franchise where I watched the first three Rocky films, where I would say still Rocky 1 is the best in the series, followed by Rocky 3. Because again, at that time I'd only seen the first three. Now, after watching 4, I definitely think Rocky 4 is the second strongest film. Yes, there are more montages than are needed in this film, but that is the only like downside that I have for this film. So let's jump right into it. So this film picks up right after the rematch between Apollo and Rocky at the end of Rocky 3. Obviously, we still don't see who won, who lost, um, which I was happy about. And then, of course, we pick up with the two essentially retired and living the best life. Rocky gets Paulie this robot for his birthday, which is weird, but it's late 80s, so it's on brand, you know. So I can't fault it too much for that. Um, Obviously, Polly wasn't happy about it. We get to see more of Rocky Jr. in this film, which was my complaint from Rocky 3 was the fact that, we barely got to see much of Rocky Jr. in that film. We got maybe a couple of scenes and that was it. In this, we still get a couple of scenes, but hey, at least he actually got to do something and actually had some lines of dialogue. So obviously then, the big villain of this was obviously the Russian boxer that was not genetically enhanced, but enhanced in other ways to be the best boxer. So they obviously bring him over. He wants to challenge Rocky, obviously, because he's the current heavyweight champion. But Apollo Creed wants to take him up in like a basically do what he did to Rocky in the first film. Um, because Apollo's going through this like midlife crisis where he is retired, but it feels like he can go back out and he wants to go back out and start boxing again. But obviously, there are people that are saying no, he needs to stay in retirement. He's getting up there in years, and so he challenges the Russian fighter to a exhibition match. And so like he throws on this big massive uh, song and dance routine for the song "Living in America," which is kooky and over the top, and I loved it. I loved it because I love Apollo. Like the friendship that I seen develop between Rocky and Apollo in Rocky 3, I fucking loved. I loved every minute of that, and that's what made Apollo's death come out of complete left field for me. I did not see it coming. I did not know it was going to happen because over the years I've been spoiled on certain aspects of the Rocky franchise without actually having seen them until again last year from 1 to 3. But Apollo's death was one that I did not see coming. I really did not see coming, and it shocked me and it upset me because I liked Apollo. Apollo was becoming one of my favorite characters. As I said, I loved the friendship from Apollo and Rocky. Going from Apollo giving Rocky the underdog story in Rocky 1 to the rematch in Rocky 2 to becoming the best of friends in Rocky 3, and Apollo being Rocky's coach for going up against Clubber Lang. Um, and I really enjoyed it. So that's why that death came out completely left field. And then, of course, Rocky wanting that revenge, he feeling the need to get revenge for Apollo's death, even though he could have and should have thrown in the towel. That would have saved Apollo's life, but Apollo just wasn't having it, and that made Rocky hesitate for a moment, and that hesitation led to his death. And so Rocky agrees to go fight the Russian in over in Russia. He wants a Pacific place to train, so himself and Polly goes. Adrian isn't all that happy about it, but eventually she does go over to visit him during the many, 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 many training montages. I think I counted four, if you're including a little break in between one of them when, as I said, Adrian shows up. But then, of course, Rocky goes up against the Russian, and it was a good fight. It was a good, decent fight. Um, Not the strongest out of the fights so far that I've seen, um, but definitely better than the fight in Rocky 2. I will say that much. And then obviously, as it had to be, Rocky wins the fight um, against the Russian, and that's where the film ends. And now, when I do go on to Rocky 5 and Rocky Balboa, I'm going in 100% blind. This was the last film that I had some inkling about. Obviously, I knew of the Russian. I knew Rocky was going to win because, again, the film's been out, came out in what, 1986, 1985, 1986. Of course, I was going to get spoiled on it at some point, uh, you know, in my near 26 years on this plane of existence. But yeah, I still loved it. It's my second favorite Rocky film of all time. And yeah, rest in peace to the actor who played Apollo, as well as he was in Predator and Happy Gilmore, and so many other great films that I have yet to discover from his discography. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The next review will be my season one review of Star Trek the Animated Series on Friday. So I will see you all for that upload. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.